Everybody always talks about getting to the top. Everybody always talks about going after their dream. But nobody talks about retention, and the work that is required not only to get there, but to stay there and go to the next level. And so the mentality you're gonna have if you're going to win, if you're gonna conquer your day, conquer your week, if you're gonna dominate the month, if you're gonna crush the quarter, if you're gonna win the year, I need you to remember that talent does not win championships, work ethic does. Here's the mentality you're gonna need. That nobody's gonna outwork you. I'm sorry, I love you, but you're not gonna outwork me. I'm with you, but you're not gonna outwork me. We're connected, but you're not gonna outwork me. We can dream together, we can lean in together, but you're not gonna outwork me. We may be in the same class, but you're not gonna outwork me. Number one, I need you to have the made up and fully persuaded mind that nobody is gonna outwork you. Stop sitting around moping and complaining and waiting for somebody to connect the dots for you. Put the work in and take the stairs to the top. Sometimes you can talk about the process, the dream, the goal so long that you get tired of hearing your voice. And you just want to disappear. I know what that's like, trust me, I get it. Pain is inevitable and it is unavoidable. And we're going to have to live with pain. And the only way you're going to successfully live with pain is if you see beyond the misery of it. There is a magnificent, miraculous side to pain. There is counsel in pain. There is liberation in pain. To accept the fact that I'm going to be challenged physically, emotionally, mentally. That it is unavoidable. That pain is the price that I pay in order to be disciplined and to accomplish that which I've been destined to accomplish. I'm liberated, I'm freed when I accept the fact that this is going to hurt. And I'll tell you this, the pain of regret far exceeds the pain of discipline. You gotta be willing to lose sleep to go after this dream. You have to be willing to lose sleep to graduate. You have to be willing to lose sleep to pass the exam. I need you to have a whatever it takes mentality. If you wanna win, you're gonna have to get upset sometimes. And I'm not talking about a non-productive anger. I'm talking about a massively productive disappointment. You're gonna have to get disappointed sometimes with where you are. This is what I like to call proactive disappointment. I'm upset with where I am. I'm upset with what I have not accomplished. I'm upset at every time I've allowed myself to be distracted. Get upset. Get disappointed with yourself. There's a difference between disappointment and depression. You're not depressed. You're not down. You're not out. You're just disappointed. You're upset.
I was weighing like 297 pounds and I had to make a change in my life. You know, I was at an all-time low and I wasn't going anywhere and I was exactly what everybody said I was going to be, which was nothing.
This man is a self-made beast. Widely considered to be the toughest man on the planet and one of the greatest endurance athletes of all time.
I was just an insecure, scared kid. And the only way I could find myself was to put myself through the worst thing possible.
He's the only member of the U.S. Armed Forces to complete SEAL training, the U.S. Army Ranger School, and the Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. He's completed the infamous Destroyer of Men, known as Hell Week, 3 times, including 2 in a single year, and 1 that he started and finished with multiple stress fractures and a hernia.
No one was here to help me. And the feeling I had every morning, I started shaving my head when I was 16 years old. And the feeling I had every morning, I looked in the mirror, was horrible. And I didn't want to feel like that anymore. And how I felt was a kid going nowhere, a kid that was scared. And most kids will accept that and look for help. But the best thing that happened to me, no one helped me.
He served in combat in Iraq, was the bodyguard for the Iraqi Prime Minister. He once held the Guinness World Record for most pull-ups in 24 hours at 4,030.
No one felt sorry for me. No one looked at me and said, like, this day and age, they'll take you in and they'll tell everybody, stop picking on this person. Back then, they didn't care. I had to build calluses in my brain. The same way I built calluses on my hands. So I broke the Guinness World Record for pull-ups a long time ago. But I failed at it twice. And I did 67,000 pull-ups in trying to break this record. So to do 4,030 pull-ups, I had to do 67,000 for training.
He's run eight consecutive 100-mile races over 8 back-to-back weekends. He ran over 7,000 miles in a single year, and that is the equivalent of running 267 marathons.